take damage, and then you just collect up on that health back, and you build that ult extremely quickly. But here we go, Complexity on the offense here. In map 1 in this best of 3, Complexity versus Renegades, and Renegades, who is undefeated so far in the group stage of the Winter Premier. Complexity trying to, they're gonna try and put a 1 in that loss category for them. So let's see, Renegades are starting to aggress down into the underpass. They put the wall up, Mangachu, but all he was able to get was a D.Va inside of there, and she just flew her way on out. So it looks like Juvenile is going to go aggressive, as he likes to do a lot of times, and didn't seem to work right there. Complexity have already managed to find 2 on this fight, and it's really not looking good for Renegades. The aggression, maybe a bit too much from them now as Complexity moves this cart forward.
Renegades down to right off the bat. 2 pretty critical players, Juvenile and Man of Snow going down. And Yada Complexity taking the server room away from Renegades. Wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and take the high ground and come around from behind Renegades and turn the tables on them.
3 ultimates aside, almost 4, as both Roadhogs are about to be up on a whole hog. We'll see how this plays out. Complexity just holding inside of the server room right now, actually starting to work their way up top. Torque is deciding to stay on the low ground here. He's going to meet up with the rest of the team now as they drop. So it is just going to be a bit of posturing. They kind of flip-flop for the time being. Here comes the Earth Shatter. That is going to connect on a lot of people, and the self-destruct is going to land. Man of Snow able to get JKW with that, and Renegades are still holding this first point right here as Complexity getting mopped up of them. And that will be 3 down. It's time to regroup for Complexity. They will have a lot of ultimates to work with here. They didn't really use anything on that last fight.
Yeah, they do have 5 online, but with 30 seconds left, Renegades, they have a nano boost and a Blizzard on their own, and Blizzard can be enough in some circumstances if you catch enough people in it, but against 5 ultimates, but without a Graviton on the side of Complexity, they're really going to have to pay out big dividends on an Earth Shatter, perhaps corralling with a self-destruct or landing the self-destruct on the Earth Shatter, but either way, we're going to see real soon what Complexity's plan for this is.
So Nicholas sends the self-destruct on in, but he gets killed while he's out of his suit, and Hardblue takes down Jesus. They've traded 1 for 1. The Blizzard came out, and well, they're still fighting it out here. Hardblue getting the hook to take down Juvenile, JKW, and Joe Meister still. They will actually get taken down by Mangachu and Sherlocky. It's not looking all that good for Complexity. Gotta be honest, Mangachu's getting a couple for himself, and he's gonna freeze Hardblue as well. It is gonna be Renegades. This defense yet again shutting down Complexity on the first point. These guys, these defenses that Renegades pull out, man, it's incredible.
Oh man, could the 1-0 happen again? I see Caleb over there.
From the high ground in the distance, able to, just get some of those heals out to the rest of the team. But here we go, Renegades moving on to their offense. They only need to get just before that first point, and they will take map number 1 against Complexity, because that defense was just incredible from them. So Mangachu is going to be on Zarya this time. It's a quad tank setup for Renegades. It'll be quad tank for Complexity as well, as they start to move that cart on up the hill. It looks like they're actually going to rotate back around and come up the stairs through this small little choke point here and kind of flip-flop. Jesus will miss that first hook. Juvenile gets taken down first by Torque as Complexity starts to push in onto them, and Renegades are all the way back in the Complexity spawn area at the moment. I think Mangachu is going to get caught out there. He was all by himself. Jur surely will go down in just a moment. Torque has already found 3 for himself on this fight, and Renegades are just scattered all over the place here. I'm not sure exactly what the thought was on that fight, but it'll be regroup time. They're going to get some staggering done here.
Renegades trying to come in with a speed boost and look for an early hook, but Jesus not able to find it, as JKW got a shield around just in time to shut everything down. Complexity just forcing them back into their own spawn, like you said. And Complexity now holding on to 3, almost 4 ultimates. Meanwhile, Renegades with only a nano boost on the table, but Complexity, it's a nano boost, an Earth Shatter, and a self-destruct, and not far away from a Graviton here. There's a lot of combinations they can land.
There certainly is. Complexity's looking pretty good in the ultimate economy. And they're going to be coming up on a couple more here very shortly. JKW getting that nano boost. Hardblue pulling Jesus from all the way inside a server room, and he's got the biotic grenade on himself as well. Torque is able to finish off that frag, and there will be a Graviton going down from Torque as well. Self-destruct back there. Nicholas finds 2 off of that, and Complexity so far looking pretty solid on their defense. They're going to try and stagger out Man of Snow here as well. Hardblue almost going down, but he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was.
Seconds left, and they're in a similar position from where Complexity was.
Oh, it's going to be go time for Renegades. This is pretty much their last attempt at making something happen. Nano Boost coming out onto Juvenile. He melts JKW in seconds, and he gets put to sleep then as well, but woken up right afterwards, which is very unfortunate. They just push it on in. There was, no one around from Complexity. They had some bodies up, but Renegades are cruising at the moment. Took them a little while, but they do take map 1 on Gibraltar.
Can certainly shut down Torque on Sombra if he's outside of invis whatsoever. He's just a target waiting to get hit by one of those rockets. And there you go, Mangachu hanging in the back, making sure that got shut down immediately. Another one of those habits of Torque, you know, get his transponder down, move in, get some spray damage onto a Reinhardt. Mangachu just hanging back, knowing exactly where that angle was going to be, and spamming him out. But either way, Torque already with an EMP.
Wow, that is just so quick.
30 seconds.
Torque. That EMP locked and loaded. That is incredible. Well, this is gonna be a big one coming in from Renegades, but the positioning from Renegades was really good. The EMP goes off, but still everybody was scattered from Renegades, so not a lot of them actually got hit by that EMP. And now Complexity have already lost 2 players. Juvenile did go down on the side of Renegades, but still they're holding pretty strong here on this point as Joe Meister gets taken out by Sherlocky, and Mangachu just has complete free reign all over this point to do whatever he wants as he's just cleaning up on all of these players. But really, the thing
potential on a defense is huge. Meanwhile, Complexity with a Transcendence, and that can be quite a bit in order to shut down things like a barrage, depending on the distance and exactly the health points and whatnot. But here we go, Complexity stepping back, and the Transcendence coming out early.
There's the self-destruct from Man of Snow. He's able to find Joe Meister with it, though. Complexity are finally starting to get some kills here. Mangachu still having free reign, though. He takes down Shaky sitting up top, but yes, he is hanging on by the skin of his teeth. At the moment, Nicholas had actually switched over to Farah himself as he's able to get a couple of kills, and now Complexity have cemented themselves on the point. Mangachu trying to come in desperation, maybe to be able to pull off something, but no one else was around to help him out. So Complexity finally get the cap on this first point here, and they will have 2 minutes and 45 to get through the streets phase.
The other side of the road from what they expected to look like to me, busting out a sleep dart virtually instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, cutting off that barrage way early in that situation. Complexity, Shake's gonna have a nano boost. Nothing else really on the table for a while. Maybe a sound barrier, but Renegades, they already have a Deadeye. Getting close to another Earthshatter.
Shake used that nano boost, but man, Juvenile is gonna get melted in seconds. So is Jesus, Hardblue, and Torque able to find those. They do have Nicholas out on the May now, and Jur should be going down shortly here as well. So Complexity finally getting a push going. They'll be able to move this card forward, and it will be overtime until they get this next point, and they'll have a few ultimates, almost 4 in total actually, Complexity to work with. Renegades wants to try and maybe take one more fight here. They are sitting at the corner. They're starting to work their way in right now. Juvenile does want to bring this one on in. There is a self-destruct. Juvenile has that nano boost on him as well. Goes for the Earthshatter, finds absolutely nothing, and then the counter Earthshatter from JKW is going to find quite a few inside of that. Jesus going down. They've traded a couple of kills, but Complexity are on top of the fight at the moment as Torque is cleaning up. Mangachu and Jur among the victims. Man of Snow goes down, and Complexity does get this point. And Juvenile dies. And they do have 3 ults. JKW almost up on his Earthshatter again, and well, here comes an Earthshatter out of Juvenile. He's gonna get a big swing and a miss yet again on the Earthshatter, but he does get a nano boost, so he's gonna see maybe what he can find with that. Nicholas is putting down that Blizzard. Complexity with 3, already make it 4. As JKW swinging away, and Torque was just cleaning up. There was a self-destruct from Renegades, but didn't do, well, hardly anything at all. Man of Snow will die here on the cart. It's good to die on the cart, but now it's going to be Complexity trying to bring it home in overtime.
JKW's got an Earthshatter. He's going to have to get that out on the returning side of Renegades in order to stifle them. Renegades with only a sound barrier. That could be enough to buy enough time. Oh, but a Blizzard.
Oh, this could be deadly here. Mangachu.
Oh, he shut it down.
Shutting down the Earthshatter from JKW. Mangachu is just pelting icicles into his body. Jesus able to find JKW. Hardblue goes down, and Mangachu is going to get put to sleep, but still Renegades have got all the kills that they need to shut this one down from Complexity, not letting them cap that last point. It is just Joe Meister. He will fall. It's a team wipe. And Renegades holding Complexity before they are able to cap that last point. they had quite a solid defense overall there.
Freezing JKW in the middle of his Earth Shatter. That was it right there. A number of pros, analysts, commentators have been talking about it for a while. I believe Stir was very, very adamant for quite a while that Farah was going to come back, and he's been right so far. This early Mangachu Sonic Arrow, seeing the vast majority of Complexity, but not everybody. It looks like he's going to stay on Hanzo throughout this point.
I like it. I like it. See a little bit of Hanzo action, and they do have Hard Blue. Well, they do have, excuse me, Mana Snow. Hard Blue is also on Zarya, but Mana Snow is on the Zarya, and they can combine that Dragon Strike as well as the Graviton Surge for a pretty nasty combo. So we'll see. Hard Blue's the first to go down to Mana Snow. That's the opening pick Renegades needs, and they'll be able to get a bit more aggressive here. They're also going to get Torque out of his suit as well. And now Mangachu's trying to hit the air shots, but it's not going to happen. Nicholas shuts him down, but still Renegades have, they've gotten a few kills now, probably 3 or so in total, and Complexity has no presence left on this point, and Renegades take it with relative ease here.
That's what people are talking about with the tank busting Hanzo. I mean, just a few arrows into the back of D.Va. She's trying to fly away, and she got demeched, taking her out with another. Mangachu gets his out relatively quickly, but here we go, another fight already.
Be a big Earth Shatter. Mangachu already finding Joe Meister to start this fight off. He is doing a lot of work here. He's got a Reinhardt in his face. It doesn't matter. He will just put one right into the abdomen and finish off JKW, as Renegades is just in full flow at the moment. There seems to be nothing Complexity can do to stop this, and they're going to have to figure something out. They have 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, and the only way that Complexity can survive here, besides a full hold, is just pushing it into overtime, because right now, with 5 minutes on the clock, Renegades are looking like they've got it, but that's going to be it for Complexity's defense, most likely.
Oh, again, JKW, there is a self-destruct there with a Graviton. Doesn't really get anything with it, though. I thought it was going to be much worse there. Man of Snow did go down. Nicholas was able to find that kill, and Torque will now fall, as Renegades they're still here on this point, and Mangachu is still in on Hanzo. He eventually gets taken down. All right, Complexity finally stopping Renegades.
That had to be an amp it up, a sound barrier, and a boost, and an Earth Shatter coming out of JKW, and so far have been paying dividends all night.
Now both sides do have the fire. Nicholas is on it. Mangachu has the Farah as well. There will be a sound barrier out from Renegades. JKW goes down first. That is the opening Renegades needs, and now they will just press forward, narrowly missing that sleep dart with Sherlocky, but there will be nano boosts on both sides. Mangachu's gonna get it for Renegades using the rocket barrage, but shut down. He did get Shake with it, and Renegades are finding the kills here. Shake and Nicholas both down. Make that Torque as well as Man of Snow, Juvenile, Sherlocky, all finding kills. They should be able to bring this one on home. Renegades now, there's no one from Complexity to contest it, and Renegades getting a 2-0 against Complexity. This is just unreal, man. These guys still undefeated.